Oh man, what is happening to this NBA, man? What is happening? LeBron has ruined the NBA with all of this link up shit to win the NBA title. Okay? Adam Silver, sir, I have a request for you. You need to stop these guys from doing this. Please, stop it. You know why? Because they're wasting their freaking time. As soon as they go up against the Great Wall of Raptors, they will realize they wasted all of their time. And they don't have much considering, who's on the Lakers. Anyways, hey guys. Welcome to Let's Talk Raptors. I'm your host, Sham. My channel where you guys get entertaining content, predictions, analysis, hot takes, all to do with the Raptors, unfiltered, unedited. First of all, thank you guys for getting my first video to 100 views. I don't know how YouTube stuff works, but I'm happy that I'm getting to talk ball with at least 100 people out there. So, and I hope I can keep doing this for you guys and keep enjoying sharing my ball knowledge with you guys. Yeah, that sounded dirty. So today I'm not going to be doing any of the tidbit stuff because there's going to be a lot of content about the NBA free agency for the Raptors. I know a lot of Raptor fans were worried, but I'm going to tell you guys exactly just like I did about the draft night that why you should not be worried. So I have my water bottle ready because I know I'm going to need it. And without further ado, let's talk Raptors. So the free agency started on Monday. And the first news to freaking drop was that Kyle Lowry is leaving the Raptors. Okay. Mixed reactions. One was, damn, Lowry's gone. Missed that big booty. No. But yeah, man. Kyle Lowry, man, respect to you. I will be making a separate video as a tribute to you pretty soon. But thank you for your service and, everything you did for the Raptors. But basically what happened at that the free agency move was that the Kyle Lowry went to the Miami Heat in a sign and trade. Sign and trade, for those guys you guys don't know, is that the team that has the bird rights, like I explained to you guys in the last video, can sign their player and then trade it to another team in exchange for some players, so you're not left empty-handed. And I knew Kyle Lowry is a classic guy. He's not going to do that to the Raptors. So he signed with the Raptors. Then he was traded to the Miami Heat for Goran Dragic and Precious Achiuwa and a second-round pick. That freaking took a week for us to find out if exactly that's what's going to happen. But today we did. So I rate this move as an A. Why? Number one, we replaced Kyle Lowry with maybe a wider Kyle Lowry in Goran Dragic, because Goran Dragic does the same stuff as Kyle Lowry, man. He's a tough guy. He's he'll put his effort in. He's a leader in the locker room. He even tried to play on a plantar fasciitis in the bubble. He puts up 13 points, good assists, can get to the bucket, all of that stuff. We all know who Goran Dragic is. And the second guy we got was Precious Achiuwa. So he is what I would describe is a monster. The guy can run the floor. He can dunk the ball. He's physical, big body. So exactly what Masai is trying to build, right? He fits that mold of the Great Wall of Raptors, where everybody's 6'9", at least 6'6" and above, right? At least 90% of us. So, and built like, rocks. So Precious Achiuwa fits with us very well. So that's the second reason why I think this move is an A. And the third reason that kind of made me feel it's an A move instead of, a B plus move is because of what it allows Masai to do in this free agency at the trade deadline and possibly in the future free agency. Because Goran Dragic is an expiring contract, he can be traded at the trade deadline, because most of the teams look for veteran players that are in most of the teams that are in contention for a title. Look for veteran players that can assist them even further to get that championship. So, and they look for those veteran players that are on expiring contracts, and that's exactly what Goran Dragic is. So even if you're not able to trade him right now, we will likely get good offers for him at the trade deadline. And even if we don't get, good offer from it at the trade deadline, at the end of the next season, he's a free agent. So his money comes off the books, right? So we got an asset out of it. Money might come off the book. We might be able to trade him. And his money coming off of the books allows the Raptors to, utilize that, what I explained to you guys in the last video, the luxury threshold or the luxury cap zone, where we can use that money to re-sign our players like Chris Boucher. So that was one of the smartest, I think it was a very smart move on Masai's part, and that's why I kind of rated this move as an A. Now, the second move that happened, which wasn't, too much of a delay, was an A+ move, which was signing Gary Trent Jr. for only $18 million. The first reason why it's an A+ move is because we got a young 22-year-old stud, man. This guy can shoot the ball. He defends. He's tall. We know who Gary Trent is, right? I honestly believe he has star potential. He just needs some playing time, man. And he's going to get that now with the Toronto Raptors. And this kid in freaking Tampa Bay, shitty-ass Tampa, he wore our Blue Jays jersey and told us, bro, I'm coming to the Raptors. I love you guys. Let's do this. So signing him for only $18 million when people were expecting him to go for $20 million was very good. And that goes into my second reason why it's an A+ move, is because signing him for $18 million allows you some room and approximately $6 million to be able to sign another player, right? That's still on the board in free agency. So you signed your main players and you still have some room to use. Again, very smart, Mr. Masai. And so that kind of helps us. And the third reason is because the contract is on the same timeline as Pascal, as Fred VanVleet, and as OG Anunoby. So it allows, Masai to see where this team is going, and instead of deciding for seeing what he can do with it after 5 years, he's shifted everything to the next 3 years. So if shit isn't working, he can blow it up. So this contract kind of helps us in that aspect as well. The third move the Raptors made was a smack in the face. I'm just kidding. The reason I said that is because we signed Sam Dekker, which we all remember his highlight of the NBA was tripping on his own feet and getting hit in the face with the ball. But I believe in second chances, so I kind of rate this as a B- move. Reason being, the first reason is that he fits our mold. Again, 6'8" guy, kind of a power forward, can shoot the ball, can run the floor, handles very well. So again, he's fitting that Great Wall of Raptors, plan that Masai is trying to make. And honestly, I think he's gonna be better than his last stint with the NBA, because in his recent international career, in only 27 minutes per game, this guy averaged 13 points per game, shooting 70% from the floor. And I think the last time he played for Houston, he shot 50% from the 3-point. He can defend. What else do you want, man? For only less than $6 million. So we got him for very cheap, and it's likely a non-guaranteed deal. So again, you keep that flexibility going into next year. Even though I think it was signed for 2 years, it's just like the last year Chris Boucher contract. The reason is kind of like B-. We don't really know how it's gonna pan out, but I trust Masai. So that was the Sam Dekker move again. That came after pin drop silence just like it, just like the Raptor fans were expecting a little bit more. Uh, it didn't happen. I'm not disappointed, but it could have been better. Then came the next move, which was, I believe, we signed Ishmael. I think his name is Wainwright or McKnight, one or the other. I rate that as a C move. The reason being is nobody knows exactly what this kid's going to turn out it will be. He's, I think, about 26, 27. And he's pretty much, after his career in Baylor, he has played international or, outside the league. So you don't really know how he's going to be turning out for the Raptors. His tweet said that he's a hard worker, he's ready to work, this and that. So that kind of, moved him up from a D to a C, seeing that, he fits the Raptors mold, he's ready to work and all of that stuff. So he might pan out, and because he came for cheap. So that was the next move that came for Ismail and for the Raptors. And then came the A plus move, which was that we signed Masai Ujiri. Yay! Or was it Kem Birch before? Anyways, having Masai back is great because I honestly thought that he would leave, considering that he was being given ownership in Washington. But again, Masai is one of those guys that believes in community service and building, relationships, and he respects that the Raptors helped him do that for his, what I think is called basketball of Africa or something like that. So he respected that. Plus, he got paid for his new contract with the Raptors. So I know we're gonna be good for the next few years because Masai hasn't made any mistakes except for Bruno Caboclo. So I'm happy he's sticking around, and that's why this movie is an A plus 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 plus. Then came the signing of Kem Birch. I believe Kem Birch was before though. Anyways, an A move. I rate that move as an A. And that is because even after missing out on Richaun Holmes, the first reason is because Kem Birch is what you would call a fit with the Raptors. First of all, he's Canadian, so he wants to be here. Second, he showed you what he's capable of when he's not coming off the bench. He was a mobile center who can defend multiple positions. He even showed you some flashes of trying to shoot the three or making threes actually, which means that you can space the floor with him. And he's a big body, right? So that tells you, that kind of makes it a really good move because we only got him for about 3 years, $20 million, which means we're paying him $7 million for the next few years. So a cheap center, whereas you would have had to pay Richaun Holmes at least $16 to $18 million, considering what he went for with the Sacramento Kings. I honestly believe, and Richaun Holmes can't really space the floor or any of that stuff. Yeah, he can improve on it. He's younger, but Kem Birch fits in, man, and he came for cheap. And the second reason why it's an A move is because he's on the same timeline as, again, Freddie, Pascal, OG, Gary Trent Jr. in regards to their contract, because he's on the same. Kem Birch is on a 3-year deal as well. So again, it gives Masai the flexibility to either keep going with these guys after 3 years, or blow this shit up. So that's kind of why I think Kem Birch's move is also an A. Is an A. Then came the I think there was news hanging around anyways, but that Pascal or Sacramento Kings have interest in Pascal. Okay, Sacramento, I know you're trying to improve, but bro, you got nothing to give up for us to part ways with Pascal, no matter how much we doubt his skills sometimes. Pascal is a good player. He's going to at least bounce back. At least I think so. But if you're about to trade him, it would have to be for a big back Sacramento, which would include Marvin Bagley, some other youngster, or first round picks. The reason for the first round picks is because we know you're going to continue to suck, and we're going to end up getting, at least a lottery pick out of it. So that was another news that was happening, and I would be okay with it, given if we get some first round picks, Marvin Bagley out of it. But again, I think Masai is going to give Pascal a chance to continue, to prove himself. If he does, if he doesn't, this other, like I said, for Goran Dragic, same would apply for Pascal. Now, those like the Pascal trade or the Goran Dragic trade are still moves that are in the Raptors bag after free agency. But also, what's in the Raptors bag is, I believe, a mid-level exception. So the mid-level exception, for those guys who don't know, is pretty much where a NBA team doesn't pay tax on their salary because they went over the luxury tax threshold, right? So you're below that. So the league but you're above your salary cap, soft salary cap. So when you're in that zone of the threshold and the soft salary cap, the league gives you a benefit, which is to be able to use about $9 million to sign a player. So the Raptors still have that available, and they can use that to sign certain players. They also have about $6 to $7 million below their salary cap in order to sign another player, right? The Raptors also have $3 million in trade exceptions, which means they can trade for a player worth $3 million. So the Raptors are in a very good place in regards to still going on with this free agency or in the future. Some of the players that the Raptors can actually target, in my opinion, Josh Hart, who's currently earning like $5 million. It'll be difficult. He might just want to join old man LeBron's team, or complain ass KD's team. But $7 million, if you offer him, he might take it. If he might not. But the more likely players that the Raptors can target is Sivai Mykhailiuk. I don't know if people remember, but that player kicked our ass in every game that we played against Oklahoma City last year. Three-point shooter, can dribble the ball, can move without the ball, kind of fits the tall, again, wall of Raptors, plan that Masai has. Another player that the Raptors can target is Garrison Matthews. We all remember him from the Wizards. No, Wizards couldn't shoot for shit, but this guy could. 3-point guy, defended very well. Can move without the ball. He can come for cheap. So both Sivai and Garrison are currently on I think $2 million deals. So you can actually offer them like $4 million and get them on your roster, right? And they can be effective role players. And these type of guys, you can actually get them for 1 year. So you, again, keep your flexibility. So Raptor fans, do not be worried, man. There's still moves that the Raptors can make. The moves that the Raptors have made have not only improved our team very well, but they've also provided us with flexibility. Something that the Lakers will not have. You guys all know why I mean that. But yeah, Raptors are good, man. Don't be worried, and I'll anytime you guys are worried, keep watching my videos. I'll keep so that's all I have for you guys for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please hit that like and subscribe button. I'll see you guys on my next video. Until then, guys, keep talking them Raptors, and please stay safe. And I'll see you guys next time.